Imagine venturing deep into the heart of the Amazon rainforest, where the dense foliage forms a vast, green labyrinth. The air is thick with humidity, and the sounds of chirping birds and rustling leaves fill the surroundings. Here, hidden beneath the still waters of slow-moving rivers and vast swamps, lurks one of nature's most awe-inspiring giants, the largest snake in the world. This colossal serpent thrives in the wettest, most remote regions of South America, where vast rivers like the Amazon, Orinoco, and their tributaries create the perfect hunting grounds. Unlike many other snakes that prefer dry land, this species is semi-aquatic, meaning it spends a significant portion of its life submerged in water, using its powerful body to glide effortlessly through the murky depths. Its natural habitat includes dense tropical rainforests, flooded wetlands, and swampy grasslands, where the abundance of prey allows it to grow to incredible sizes. The thick vegetation and murky waters provide it with the perfect camouflage, making it an elusive predator, rarely seen by humans despite its enormous size. Unlike desert-dwelling or arboreal snakes, this species relies heavily on the water both for hunting and escape, using its environment to its full advantage. As an apex predator, it dominates the food chain in its ecosystem, facing little to no natural threats aside from humans. The rich biodiversity of the rainforest ensures a steady supply of food, allowing this snake to grow to legendary proportions. The combination of perfect environmental conditions, abundant prey, and evolutionary adaptations has cemented its place as the undisputed giant of the snake world. But while it reigns supreme in its watery kingdom, its habitat is increasingly under threat. The expansion of agriculture, deforestation, and human encroachment are rapidly shrinking its territory, forcing it into smaller and more fragmented areas. Rivers that once ran wild and free are being polluted or dammed, altering the delicate balance of its ecosystem. If this magnificent species is to continue thriving, conservation efforts must be prioritized to protect the wetlands and forests that have been its home for millions of years. When we talk about the largest snake in the world, we are not just referring to an ordinary reptile. This creature is a true giant, an apex predator that can grow to astonishing lengths and weigh more than an average human. With reports of individuals reaching over 20 feet long and weighing several hundred pounds, it is a living example of nature's ability to push the limits of size and strength. Unlike most snakes, which rely on speed and agility, this species depends on its sheer bulk and muscular power. Its body is thick and heavily built, with a diameter that can rival the width of a grown man's torso. Unlike slender, fast-moving snakes, this one moves deliberately, using every muscle in its powerful frame to navigate its swampy environment. When in water, its massive size becomes an advantage, allowing it to move almost effortlessly, using its powerful body to propel itself forward with minimal energy. The strength of this snake is truly remarkable. Each muscle in its body is designed for constriction, making it one of the most powerful predators in the animal kingdom. While many large predators rely on sharp teeth, claws, or venom to bring down their prey, this snake has evolved a different strategy: overwhelming force. When it strikes, it latches onto its prey with its strong jaws and immediately wraps its thick coils around the victim. With every breath the prey exhales, the snake tightens its grip, making it impossible to escape. Within minutes, even large and powerful animals succumb to its crushing strength. But its size is not just for hunting, it also plays a role in survival. Being one of the largest snakes means that it has very few natural predators. Unlike smaller snakes that have to constantly watch for threats from birds of prey, big cats, or other carnivores, this giant is at the top of the food chain. However, its large size also means that it requires a significant amount of food to sustain itself. Unlike smaller snakes that can eat frequently, this species can afford to go weeks or even months between meals, depending on the size of its last prey. Its immense strength and size make it one of the most formidable creatures on the planet. But while it dominates its natural environment, it also faces new challenges from humans, who often misunderstand its role in the ecosystem. Myths and exaggerated stories have painted this snake as a dangerous monster. But in reality, it is a crucial part of the delicate balance of nature. Unlike venomous snakes that rely on toxic bites to incapacitate their prey, this massive serpent has evolved a different and equally deadly hunting technique: constriction. This method, perfected over millions of years, allows it to take down some of the largest and most powerful animals in its habitat with nothing more than sheer muscle strength. The hunting process begins with stealth. Despite its enormous size, this snake is a master of camouflage, blending seamlessly into its environment. Whether submerged in the murky waters of a river or hidden among thick vegetation, it remains virtually undetectable, waiting patiently for the perfect moment to strike. Unlike active hunters that chase down their prey, this snake is an ambush predator. It remains still for hours, sometimes days, relying on its natural camouflage and patience to get within striking distance. Once an unsuspecting animal comes too close, the attack is lightning fast. With an explosive burst of energy, the snake lunges forward, using its powerful jaws to seize its prey. Its mouth is lined with sharp, backward-facing teeth designed to grip and hold on to struggling victims, preventing them from escaping. But the real power of this predator lies in what happens next: its deadly constriction. As soon as it has a firm hold, the snake swiftly coils its thick, muscular body around the prey, forming a living vice. Unlike common misconceptions, it does not crush bones or suffocate its victims outright. Instead, with every exhale the prey makes, the snake tightens its grip, gradually restricting blood flow to vital organs. Within minutes, the pressure becomes too much, causing circulatory failure. The heart struggles to pump blood, the brain is starved of oxygen, and eventually, the prey loses consciousness. Death occurs not from suffocation, but from cardiac arrest, a far more efficient and lethal method than most people realize. This constriction technique allows the snake to take down prey much larger than itself, including deer, wild pigs, capybaras, and even caimans. Unlike venomous snakes that must wait for their toxins to take effect, this predator ensures its meal is subdued quickly and with absolute certainty. Once the prey is lifeless, the snake unhinges its jaw, stretching its mouth around the victim's body. Using powerful muscles, it slowly works its way down, swallowing the animal whole. The ability to stretch its mouth and body allows it to consume prey several times its own diameter. Once a large meal has been devoured, digestion begins, a process that can take weeks depending on the size of the animal. During this period, the snake becomes more vulnerable, often retreating to a safe, hidden location to rest and let its powerful stomach acids break down its meal. Constriction is not just a hunting method. It is an evolutionary marvel, a finely tuned strategy that has made this snake one of the most efficient and powerful predators in the animal kingdom. While venomous snakes rely on chemical warfare, this species depends purely on muscle power, making it one of nature's most formidable hunters. One of the most remarkable features of this giant snake is its close relationship with water. Unlike many other large snakes that spend most of their time on land, this species is highly adapted to an aquatic lifestyle. Swamps, slow-moving rivers, marshes, and flooded forests provide the perfect habitat for this massive predator, giving it both an abundant supply of food and an environment where its size becomes an advantage rather than a burden. Its body is built for life in the water. Unlike land-dwelling snakes that must rely on friction and muscular contractions to move, this serpent uses a more fluid and energy-efficient method of propulsion. It glides effortlessly through the water, using side-to-side undulations to move with remarkable speed and agility. The dense water supports its enormous weight, allowing it to travel far more easily than it would on land. This is why, despite its massive size, it is far more agile in the water than many might expect. One of the key adaptations that make it such an efficient swimmer is the placement of its eyes and nostrils. Both are positioned on top of its head, similar to a crocodile, allowing it to keep most of its body submerged while still being able to see and breathe. This adaptation gives it a stealth advantage, as it can remain almost entirely hidden beneath the water surface, while watching for potential prey or threats. This also helps it avoid detection by larger predators, although very few animals in its ecosystem pose a serious threat to it once fully grown. Its hunting technique is also influenced by its aquatic nature. While it is capable of hunting on land, it is most effective in water, where it can ambush prey from below. It often waits near riverbanks or shallow areas, lying motionless beneath the surface. When an animal comes to drink or crosses the water, the snake launches itself with explosive speed, grabbing its prey and quickly coiling around it. The advantage of hunting in water is that struggling prey has little ability to escape. Unlike on land, where some animals may be able to fight back or flee, in the water, they are at a severe disadvantage. Once the snake has wrapped its powerful body around its victim, escape is nearly impossible. This reliance on water also influences its behavior and movement patterns. Unlike many large terrestrial snakes that have fixed territories, this species is known to travel long distances using rivers as natural highways. During the wet season, when large areas of the rainforest flood, it can expand its range significantly, following the movement of prey into newly submerged areas. In contrast, during the dry season, when water sources shrink, it may be forced into deeper parts of rivers or even into burrows and shaded areas to avoid overheating. Despite its size and dominance in the ecosystem, this aquatic dependence also makes it vulnerable. Human activity is increasingly affecting its watery habitat. Deforestation leads to erosion, which changes river systems, while pollution and dam construction alter the delicate balance of the wetlands it depends on. In some areas, overfishing reduces the availability of prey, forcing these snakes to move into human-inhabited areas in search of food, increasing conflicts between people and these misunderstood giants. For this snake, water is more than just a habitat. It is a crucial part of its survival, shaping its hunting strategies, movement, and overall behavior. Its expert swimming ability allows it to thrive in environments where few predators can challenge it, making it one of the most fascinating and specialized snakes in the world. The diet of this enormous snake is as impressive as its size. Unlike many other snakes that limit their meals to smaller prey, this giant predator has the ability to consume animals that seem almost impossible for a snake to swallow. Its powerful constriction method allows it to subdue large prey, and its incredibly flexible jaw enables it to swallow animals that are wider than its own body. This snake is an opportunistic feeder, meaning it does not rely on just one type of food. Instead, it hunts a variety of animals, depending on what is available in its environment. Its diet can include fish, birds, reptiles, and mammals, and it is even capable of taking down some of the most fearsome creatures in its habitat. In the early stages of its life, when it is much smaller, it preys on smaller animals such as frogs, rodents, and fish. These provide essential nutrients that allow it to grow rapidly. As it matures, it starts targeting larger prey, including wild birds, turtles, and even other snakes. However, once it reaches full size, it shifts to even more formidable targets: deer, wild pigs, capybaras, and caimans. One of the most astonishing aspects of its diet is its ability to hunt and consume caimans, which are fierce predators themselves. In the murky waters of the Amazon and surrounding wetlands, battles between this snake and caimans are legendary. A caiman may seem like an impossible target, equipped with sharp teeth, powerful jaws, and armored scales. However, this snake's hunting strategy gives it the upper hand. It ambushes its reptilian rival in the water, where it has the advantage of speed and stealth. Once it strikes, it immediately wraps its coils around the caiman's body, preventing it from using its deadly bite. The snake then applies immense pressure, slowly overpowering the caiman by restricting blood flow until it eventually succumbs. After securing its meal, the snake begins the slow process of swallowing the entire caiman whole, a feat that can take hours. Mammals are also a crucial part of its diet, particularly large rodents like capybaras, which are abundant near water sources. Capybaras are social animals that travel in groups, and the snake often takes advantage of this, targeting individuals that stray too far from the group. Similarly, Wild pigs and deer that come to drink at riverbanks are frequently ambushed. Once captured, they have little chance of escape, as the snake's sheer strength and grip are nearly impossible to break because of its immense size. This snake does not need to eat as frequently as smaller snakes. A single large meal can sustain it for weeks or even months. After consuming an animal as large as a deer or a caiman, the snake becomes sluggish and retreats to a safe location, where it can digest its meal undisturbed. During this period, its metabolism works slowly to break down the prey, extracting every possible nutrient to sustain its massive body. Despite its reputation as an apex predator, this snake plays a vital role in controlling the populations of its prey species. Without it, certain animals, such as capybaras and wild pigs, could reproduce unchecked, leading to ecological imbalances. By maintaining the balance of its ecosystem, this snake ensures the health of its environment, proving that even the most feared predators have a critical role in nature. Despite being one of the most formidable predators in its ecosystem, this giant snake is not immune to the threats posed by human activities. While it has dominated its environment for millions of years, the rapid expansion of human settlements, deforestation, pollution, and illegal hunting have placed increasing pressure on its survival. Although it does not have natural predators once fully grown, the greatest danger it faces today comes from habitat destruction and direct human conflict. One of the biggest challenges is habitat loss. The snake thrives in wetland environments, including swamps, slow-moving rivers, and flooded forests, but these habitats are disappearing at an alarming rate. Deforestation for agriculture, cattle ranching, and urban expansion has led to the destruction of vast areas of rainforest. As trees are cleared and wetlands are drained, the delicate ecosystem that supports this species is being permanently altered. Rivers that once provided an abundant food supply are now polluted, diverted, or restricted by dam projects, disrupting the natural water flow that this snake relies on for survival. Another serious issue is illegal hunting and poaching. While the snake is not typically hunted for food, it is often targeted for its skin, which is highly valued in the black market for exotic leather products. Large individuals are sometimes killed and skinned to produce boots, belts, and handbags, despite legal protections in some regions. Additionally, there is a lucrative but harmful trade in live specimens, with collectors and illegal pet traders capturing young snakes to sell them in the exotic pet market. Many of these snakes do not survive long in captivity, as they require specific environmental conditions and large enclosures that most private owners cannot provide. Human fear and misunderstanding of the snake also contribute to its decline. Because of its size and reputation, it is often viewed as a threat, leading to intentional killings by local communities. In many cases, these snakes are killed simply because they are seen near human settlements, even when they pose no real danger. Myths and exaggerated stories have led to the false belief that they attack humans regularly, despite the fact that such incidents are extremely rare. Instead of being seen as a crucial part of the ecosystem, they are often unfairly labeled as monsters, leading to unnecessary killings. Another indirect threat comes from climate change, which is altering the delicate balance of the rainforest ecosystem. Rising temperatures, changes in rainfall patterns, and prolonged droughts are affecting water levels in rivers and wetlands, making it harder for these snakes to find suitable habitats. With less access to stable environments and food sources, their populations could decline even further. Despite these challenges, there are ongoing conservation efforts to protect this species and its habitat. Governments and environmental organizations are working to establish protected areas where these snakes can live undisturbed. Educational programs are being implemented to help local communities understand the importance of these creatures and dispel harmful myths. Research and monitoring efforts are also underway to better understand their population trends, behavior, and ecological impact, which can help shape future conservation strategies. The fate of this species depends on the balance between human development and environmental conservation. If appropriate measures are taken to protect its habitat and educate people about its role in the ecosystem, it can continue to thrive in the wild. However, if deforestation, hunting, and human encroachment continue unchecked, This incredible predator may become increasingly rare, eventually disappearing from areas where it once flourished throughout history. Few creatures have captured human imagination as much as this massive snake. Its enormous size, powerful hunting abilities, and elusive nature have given rise to countless myths, legends, and exaggerated stories. From ancient indigenous folklore to modern-day viral videos, the snake has been at the center of some of the most astonishing and, at times, terrifying tales. Among indigenous tribes of the Amazon and surrounding regions, stories of giant serpents have been passed down for generations. Many cultures believe in legendary snakes, so enormous that they could swallow entire boats, drag people into the water, or even shape the land itself. Some myths describe it as a guardian spirit of rivers, a protector of the jungle, or a creature with supernatural abilities. In certain traditions, it is believed that if one encounters this enormous snake, it is an omen, either of great fortune or impending danger. These stories have helped reinforce the snake's status as a mysterious and powerful force within the rainforest. As European explorers began venturing into South America, they encountered these snakes in the wild, and their accounts often included wild exaggerations. Early reports from explorers in the 19th and 20th centuries spoke of snakes measuring 50 feet or more, capable of crushing horses or dragging entire villages into the water. Some of these claims were likely fueled by fear, misunderstandings, or even deliberate attempts to make their discoveries seem more dramatic. Despite the lack of scientific evidence for snakes of such extreme proportions, these stories spread, further cementing the creature's legendary status. Hollywood and popular media have also played a significant role in shaping the public's perception of the snake. Movies, documentaries, and fictional stories often depict it as an aggressive, bloodthirsty monster that hunts humans. In reality, this snake is not actively dangerous to people and does not seek out human prey. However, sensationalized portrayals have made it one of the most feared creatures in the world. Dramatic scenes of enormous snakes attacking boats, swallowing people whole, or growing to 100 feet long have little basis in reality, but have fueled ongoing myths about its size and behavior. In modern times, the internet has given rise to viral videos and digitally altered images that exaggerate the snake's true size. Social media posts claiming to show the biggest snake ever found often feature heavily edited or misleading photos, with snakes appearing far larger than they actually are. Some images show enormous snake skeletons or doctored photographs of massive serpents being lifted by cranes, sparking debates about whether such creatures exist. While these posts attract millions of views and shares, they rarely provide any real scientific evidence. Despite the exaggerations, real-life encounters with this snake are still impressive. The largest confirmed specimens have measured over 20 feet long and weighed several hundred pounds, massive by any standard. Although there are no verified cases of it reaching the sizes often claimed in myths, it remains one of the biggest and most powerful predators in the animal kingdom. The fascination with giant snakes is unlikely to fade anytime soon. Whether in ancient legends, explorers' tales, blockbuster movies, or internet hoaxes, the image of an enormous, almost mythical serpent continues to capture human curiosity. But while myths and exaggerations make for great stories, the real-life version of this snake is already extraordinary in its own right, without the need for embellishment. As one of the largest and most powerful predators in its environment, this massive snake plays a crucial role in maintaining the delicate balance of the ecosystem. Often misunderstood as a terrifying monster, it is, in reality, a key species that helps regulate animal populations, ensuring that the natural food chain remains stable. Without it, the ecosystem would face serious imbalances that could have widespread consequences. One of the most important roles this snake plays is controlling prey populations. It primarily hunts large mammals, reptiles, and birds, many of which reproduce quickly and could become overabundant if left unchecked. By preying on animals like capybaras, wild pigs, deer, and even caimans, it prevents certain species from dominating the landscape. If these prey populations were to grow unchecked, they could overconsume vegetation, deplete food sources, and disrupt the balance of the ecosystem. In this way, The snake acts as a natural population control mechanism, ensuring that no single species becomes too dominant. Additionally, as a top predator, it indirectly supports biodiversity. When this snake hunts and consumes prey, it creates opportunities for other scavengers and decomposers to thrive. Remnants of its meals, such as bones and uneaten portions, provide food for smaller carnivores, insects, and even microorganisms. This contributes to the nutrient cycle, enriching the soil and supporting plant growth, which in turn benefits herbivores and other wildlife. Without apex predators like this snake, ecosystems can become unstable, leading to chain reactions that affect multiple species. Another significant role it plays is competing with other predators, helping to regulate their numbers. In many areas, it coexists with jaguars, caimans, and large birds of prey, all of which share similar food sources. While conflicts between these predators are rare, the presence of this snake helps maintain a balance, ensuring that no single predator species dominates the landscape. In regions where large snakes have been removed due to human intervention, scientists have observed an increase in smaller predators, such as invasive rodents, which can negatively impact agriculture and local wildlife. Beyond its role as a predator, this snake also contributes to seed dispersal and habitat health in an unexpected way. Many of the herbivores it preys on, such as deer and rodents, consume a wide variety of plants and fruits. When these animals are consumed, the seeds inside their stomachs sometimes survive digestion and are later deposited in different areas. This natural process helps plants spread, contributing to forest regeneration and the overall health of the environment. Despite its ecological importance, this snake is often feared and misunderstood. Many people view it as a dangerous threat rather than an essential part of the natural world. However, its presence is a sign of a healthy ecosystem, one where predator-prey relationships are balanced and biodiversity is thriving. Scientists and conservationists emphasize that protecting this species is not just about saving a single animal. It is about preserving the integrity of the entire ecosystem in which it lives. Unfortunately, human activities continue to disrupt this balance. As habitats shrink due to deforestation, urban expansion, and pollution, prey availability decreases, forcing these snakes to move closer to human settlements in search of food. This increases conflicts between humans and wildlife, leading to further threats against the species. Conservation efforts aim to raise awareness about the snake's vital role in the ecosystem, promoting coexistence rather than conflict. The survival of this giant predator is closely tied to the overall health of the rainforest and wetlands it calls home. By protecting its habitat and understanding its role in nature, humans can help ensure that this incredible species continues to thrive, playing its part in maintaining the intricate balance of the natural world. This extraordinary snake is more than just a legend. It is a vital part of the ecosystem, a masterful predator, and a symbol of the untamed beauty of the natural world. Despite myths and fears surrounding its existence, it plays a crucial role in maintaining balance within its habitat, controlling prey populations, and contributing to the health of its environment. However, as human activity continues to encroach upon its territory, it faces increasing threats from habitat destruction, illegal hunting, and misconceptions. If we wish to preserve this magnificent creature for future generations, it is essential to promote conservation efforts, protect its natural home, and replace fear with understanding. Rather than viewing it as a terrifying monster, we should appreciate it for what it truly is, one of nature's most fascinating and powerful creatures. By respecting and safeguarding its place in the wild, we ensure that this remarkable predator continues to thrive, reminding us of the incredible diversity and complexity of the natural world.